I find myself entangled in a complex web of emotions and familial obligations, all stemming from a situation that has left me torn between compassion and self-preservation. It all revolves around my ex-husband, with whom I share a history fraught with both love and resentment. Our story began a decade ago, two young souls entwined in the promise of forever. For 10 years, we navigated life's tumultuous waters together, weathering storms and basking in the sunshine of shared dreams. But beneath the surface of our seemingly idyllic union lurked shadows of discord and discontent. As fate would have it, our once blissful union began to unravel, threads of mistrust and disillusionment gradually fraying the fabric of our relationship. The reasons behind our eventual separation are as varied as the colors of the spectrum, each contributing to the gradual erosion of what we once held dear. 6 months have passed since we parted ways, yet the wounds inflicted upon my heart remain raw and unhealed. Despite my best efforts to move on, the ghost of our failed marriage continues to haunt the corridors of my mind, a constant reminder of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises. Amidst the wreckage of our broken marriage, a new chapter unfolds for my ex-husband, a chapter marked by the impending arrival of a child with his new partner. While I wish them nothing but happiness, I cannot deny the twinge of bitterness that tugs at my heartstrings, a bitter reminder of the life we once envisioned together. But bitterness alone does not define my response to their newfound happiness. Despite the pain that lingers within me, I am determined to rise above my own emotions and extend a hand of empathy to my ex-husband and his expectant partner. Yet, it seems fate has other plans in store for me. The unexpected request for assistance in caring for their unborn child catches me off guard, stirring a tempest of conflicting emotions within me. On one hand, I am tempted to acquiesce, to bury my own grievances beneath the weight of familial duty. Yet, on the other hand, I cannot ignore the echoes of betrayal and heartache that reverberate within me. As I grapple with the weight of their request, I am reminded of the sacrifices I have made in the name of love, sacrifices that have left me wounded and weary, yet resilient in the face of adversity. I have spent years nurturing our own children, pouring every ounce of love and devotion into their care, only to find myself cast aside when my services are no longer needed. It is this realization that fuels my resolve to stand firm in the face of their demands. I am not a pawn to be manipulated at their whim, nor am I a caretaker to be called upon when convenient. I am a woman, a mother, and a survivor, a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. And so, I find myself at a crossroads, torn between duty and self-preservation, compassion and resentment. But amidst the turmoil of conflicting emotions, one truth remains steadfast: I am not the villain of this story, nor am I the hero. I am simply a woman trying to navigate the complexities of life, one day at a time. As the days approached Lily's 8th birthday, excitement filled the air in our household. It was a special milestone for her, and I wanted to make sure it was celebrated in a memorable way. I meticulously planned a birthday party at our home, inviting Lily's friends, our family members, and a few close neighbors. Everything was set for a joyous occasion, until an unexpected request from my ex-husband disrupted the peace. Amidst the preparations, my ex-husband approached me with a surprising plea. He wanted to attend Lily's birthday party. Caught off guard by his request, I was momentarily speechless. Our divorce had left scars that were still healing, and I hadn't anticipated his desire to be present at such a significant event in Lily's life. Initially, I wrestled with conflicting emotions. On one hand, I understood his longing to share in Lily's special day. After all, he was her father, and his absence would be noticeable. On the other hand, I couldn't ignore the potential complications his presence might bring. Our post-divorce relationship, though relatively civil, was fragile, and I feared that his attendance could stir up old grievances or create unnecessary tension. After much deliberation, I made the difficult decision to decline his request. It wasn't a choice I took lightly, but I believed it was in Lily's best interest. I wanted her birthday celebration to be a carefree, joyous occasion, free from any emotional baggage or discomfort. I reassured my ex-husband that Lily would still have the opportunity to spend quality time with him on her actual birthday, in accordance with our custody agreement. However, my decision didn't sit well with him. He accused me of being unreasonable and controlling, arguing that he had every right to be present at his daughter's birthday party. He accused me of trying to alienate him from Lily's life, a claim that couldn't be further from the truth. My priority was always Lily's well-being, and I believed that maintaining a positive and harmonious atmosphere at her birthday party was essential. Despite his protests, I stood firm in my decision. I knew it wasn't easy for him to accept, but I couldn't compromise Lily's happiness for the sake of avoiding confrontation. I reiterated that the party was intended to be a small, intimate gathering, and I hoped he could respect that. As the day of the party arrived, the house buzzed with excitement. Lily's friends arrived, bringing with them laughter and cheer. The atmosphere was festive, and Lily's face lit up with joy as she opened her presents and blew out the candles on her cake. It was a heartwarming sight, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and contentment. Though my ex-husband's absence was palpable, it didn't overshadow the happiness of the occasion. Lily was surrounded by love and affection from her friends and family, and that was all that mattered. As the party drew to a close, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. Despite the initial challenges, the day had been a success, and Lily had enjoyed every moment of it. In the aftermath of the party, tensions simmered between my ex-husband and me. He remained adamant in his belief that he should have been allowed to attend, while I stood by my decision to prioritize Lily's well-being. It was a difficult situation, but I hoped that with time, we could find common ground and move forward in our co-parenting journey. Reflecting on the events that transpired, I remained steadfast in my conviction that I had made the right decision. Lily's happiness and comfort were paramount, and I would always do whatever it took to ensure she felt loved and cherished, both on her birthday and every other day of the year. As I prepared for my daughter Lily's 8th birthday party, I found myself facing a challenging decision, whether or not to invite my ex-husband's girlfriend. Our divorce had occurred 2 years prior due to irreconcilable differences, and while we had managed to maintain a relatively amicable co-parenting relationship, recent events had stirred up new tensions. Lily's birthday party was meant to be a joyous occasion, carefully planned to include her closest friends, family members, and a few neighbors. However, the question of whether my ex-husband's girlfriend should be included in the guest list loomed large in my mind. My decision to exclude her stemmed from a desire to prioritize Lily's comfort and well-being. Although my ex-husband had been dating this new partner for the past 6 months, Lily had only had limited interaction with her. I felt it would be inappropriate to have a relative stranger present at Lily's birthday celebration, especially given our agreement to introduce new partners gradually. Upon receiving the invitation, my ex-husband's reaction was immediate and intense. He called me, his voice thick with anger, demanding an explanation for his girlfriend's exclusion. Accusations flew, with him claiming that I was attempting to exclude him from Lily's life and asserting his right to be present at this special event. Despite his insistence that his girlfriend had met Lily on several occasions and should be included, I remained firm in my decision. Our disagreement quickly escalated into a heated argument, with both of us refusing to yield. I reiterated my belief that Lily's birthday should focus on her and her closest loved ones, rather than introducing a new and potentially disruptive element. However, my ex-husband remained adamant, insisting that he had every right to attend the party with his girlfriend. As tensions mounted, our respective families became embroiled in the dispute, taking sides and exacerbating the conflict. Some of my family members supported my decision, echoing my belief that Lily's birthday should be about her and her happiness. On the other hand, my ex-husband's family argued fiercely for his right to attend the party with his girlfriend, viewing her inclusion as a natural extension of their relationship. Unable to find common ground, my ex-husband eventually resorted to threatening legal action if I didn't allow him to attend the party with his girlfriend. This ultimatum left me torn between my desire to prioritize Lily's happiness and my reluctance to escalate the conflict further. To address some questions that have arisen, I want to clarify that Lily, being just 8 years old, doesn't have strong opinions on these matters. Her primary concern is simply having all her friends present at the party and ensuring that the flavor of her cake meets her standards. As her father and I share 50-50 custody, I believe I have a significant say in decisions regarding her well-being during my time with her. While Lily has met my ex-husband's girlfriend on a couple of occasions, their interactions have been brief, and Lily wouldn't feel comfortable being alone with her. Therefore, I stand by my decision not to invite her to the party. In conclusion, I recognize the complexity of the situation and acknowledge that both my ex-husband and I have contributed to the conflict. However, my primary concern remains Lily's happiness and well-being. I am committed to ensuring that her birthday celebration is a joyful and stress-free occasion, focused solely on her and her closest loved ones. Being in a relationship with this one, we got along fine. I didn't have a problem with them being around Lily's birthday party, though my ex and I had a relatively amicable relationship. We agreed that introducing new partners to Lily would be a gradual process to ensure her comfort and well-being. My ex-husband's new girlfriend, however, was a different story. I had only met her briefly on a couple of occasions and didn't feel comfortable having her in my home for Lily's birthday party. When my ex-husband confronted me about his girlfriend's exclusion from the invitation, I could have been more direct about my reasons for not wanting her there. Instead, I found myself trying to justify my decision by emphasizing Lily's comfort and well-being, even though Lily didn't have a strong opinion on the matter. In hindsight, I realized that I could have handled the situation differently by simply stating that I wasn't comfortable having his girlfriend in my home, without trying to involve Lily in the decision-making process. Ultimately, my ex-husband has the right to attend Lily's party, but I also have the right to set boundaries in my own home. If he chooses to attend without his girlfriend, that's his decision. However, I stand by my initial decision not to invite her, as I believe it's important to prioritize Lily's comfort and well-being, especially during significant events like her birthday celebration. My husband Matteo and I have been married for 4 months, but the financial dynamics with his family have always been a bit perplexing. During our dating phase, his mother would often call him, soliciting for money, ranging from a couple to several $1,000s. Initially, I found it odd, considering his father's successful business stature and the joint accounts they supposedly had. Nevertheless, my husband would comply with her requests, citing his lucrative job and discretionary income. Upon our engagement, we broached the topic of his mother's financial requests, and my husband committed to halting them. True to his word, the calls ceased after he refused to continue the financial assistance. However, last Tuesday, my mother-in-law called, requesting a hefty sum of $15,000 for a supposed vacation. Upon my husband's refusal, she resorted to texting me, expressing her discontent over my involvement in her relationship with her son. Concerned about potential financial troubles within his family, I probed my father-in-law during a lunch gathering, only to be met with confusion. It was then that my husband revealed his mother's clandestine requests for cash, unbeknownst to his father. Shocked, my father-in-law informed us that she had withdrawn cash from the bank last year purportedly for our wedding expenses, a claim that turned out to be a fabrication. In the aftermath of this revelation, my father-in-law promptly departed, while my mother-in-law tearfully accused me of betrayal, lamenting that my disclosure had upheaved her life. To rectify the situation, my father-in-law reimbursed us with a check and opted for a temporary separation from his wife until trust could be restored. Meanwhile, my husband's maternal relatives have vilified me, labeling me as the instigator of the family discord. In reality, I merely shed light on my mother-in-law's clandestine financial requests, motivated by concerns for my husband's family and our own financial integrity. The discovery that she had been diverting funds to lavish gifts for friends and rental payments only solidifies the necessity of addressing this issue. Ultimately, I stand by my decision to confront my father-in-law, driven by a desire for transparency and accountability within our family dynamic. In the given situation where the mother-in-law sought financial assistance, it's noteworthy that it was her own son who disclosed the matter to others. Initially, no one inquired about any financial difficulties. However, blame fell on the original poster when she declined to offer financial support. Some mothers-in-law seem unable to comprehend that their sons are capable of making independent decisions without any influence from their daughters-in-law. It's striking that now maternal relatives are expressing dissatisfaction. It's plausible that the mother-in-law was sending money to them. The other comments already addressed this issue comprehensively. It appears the mother-in-law is utilizing her husband and son to dispose of funds for the benefit of her acquaintances. The Reddit thread further illuminates the situation, demonstrating how the original poster exposed the mother-in-law's ulterior motives out of genuine concern for her husband and his father. Sometimes, A catalyst is needed to deter individuals from engaging in inappropriate behavior. They are now experiencing the consequences of their actions and are evidently upset about it. While it's natural to feel guilt for causing distress, sometimes it's necessary to confront uncomfortable situations and effect change. Even the most trusting individuals would find the mother-in-law's explanation implausible. Turning to the next story, the original poster found herself in a predicament when her ex-husband requested a last-minute alteration to summer plans. His father intended to take their child and grandchildren overseas, coinciding with the original poster allocated time. Despite having meticulously planned and paid for activities, the ex-father-in-law contacted the original poster, offering financial compensation to modify her plans. The op remained steadfast in her decision. One of the proposed travel dates coincided with her child's birthday celebration, an event she was unwilling to compromise on. The ex-husband suggested celebrating the birthday during the trip, arguing it would be more enjoyable for everyone. Additionally, he suggested using the offered money for an alternative family activity. Despite the ex-husband informing the children about the trip, some expressed disappointment with the original poster. While older children understood and accepted the situation, younger ones struggled to grasp the broader context. The original poster felt a sense of regret for disappointing her children. Despite these challenges, it's evident that the original poster is not at fault. The ex-husband and his father failed to recognize the inconvenience caused by their last-minute plans, expecting the original poster to accommodate them. Furthermore, it was inappropriate for the ex-father-in-law to inform the children about the trip without obtaining permission. Such actions reflect poorly on their judgment and consideration for the original poster's circumstances. There is also a concerning implication that they may be attempting to manipulate the situation for their own benefit. In light of these factors, the original poster is justified in her decision to prioritize her children's well-being and maintain her existing plans.